Police officers today, Monday, dispersed protesters demanding the release of the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, at the Utako area of Abuja. With just 2 weeks to the Anambra governorship election, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has rolled out key preparatory activities aimed at ensuring a credible and seamless poll. In a landmark moment for African football, Morocco clinched the 2025 FIFA Under-20 World Cup title with a commanding 2-0 victory over Argentina in the final held early today, Monday in the morning in Santiago, Chile. Welcome to World News here on TV Sapiencia. I am Chioma Vicchwemeka, the news in full. Police officers today, Monday, dispersed protesters demanding the release of the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, at the Utako area of Abuja. The protesters, who had earlier been forced to flee after police fired tear gas canisters at them around the Maitama area, later regrouped at Utako to continue their demonstration. However, armed operatives again moved in and dispersed them. The demonstrators, made up of civil rights activists and members of pro-democracy groups, were part of the #Release Nnamdi Kanu Now campaign aimed at pressuring the federal government to comply with the 2022 Court of Appeal judgment that discharged and acquitted Kanu. Earlier in the day, police had fired multiple rounds of tear gas at protesters and passers-by near the Transcorp Hilton and adjoining street in Maitama, all in Abuja. We are following up on the story. We will keep updating you. Away from that, the federal government yesterday Sunday broke its silence over reports of an alleged fell coup to topple the administration of President Bola Tinubu. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, in an interview with newsmen yesterday Sunday, said the government had faith in the military and had no reason to doubt the position of the defense headquarters, which at the weekend Saturday dismissed the report of a coup as fake. Same Saturday, in a statement by the Director of Defense Information, Brigadier General Tukur Gusau, the military had denied a news report by Sahara reporters linking the detention of 16 military officers to a failed coup. The online newspaper had linked the alleged coup to the cancellation of Nigeria's 65th Independence Day by the federal government. Dismissing the report, however, in an official statement on Saturday, Gusau condemned the report, saying that it was intended to cause unnecessary tension and distrust among the populace. Still from the federal government, we hear they have terminated the 43-kilometer Port Harcourt-Aba road contracts being handled by China Civil Engineering Construction Corporation over poor performance. The Minister of Works, David Umahi, said the decision followed the contractor's persistent failure to improve its work despite repeated warnings, which has led to the collapse of sections of the project despite huge funds already expended. Umahi disclosed this to newsmen shortly after inspecting the project on Sunday, adding that the federal government will now engage a competent indigenous contractor to take over and complete the job. He said several letters written to the contractor to maintain the road had gone unheeded. Expressing displeasure, Umahi said it was regrettable that contractors handling several federal projects could still deliver poor work. It's been a whole lot of news and stories in the education sector in Nigeria. The federal government came out and clarified that English language and mathematics, they remain compulsory subjects for all students registering for their O-level examinations, despite the recent review of tertiary admission requirements. In a statement issued yesterday, Sunday, the federal government, the Federal Ministry of Education, said the new policy on streamlined admission criteria does not exempt any candidate from registering or sitting for the two core subjects. The clarification, signed by the Director of Press and Public Relations, Boriowo Folashade, followed widespread misinterpretations of the newly introduced O-level admission framework Earlier on Tuesday last week, Rumour had announced that senior secondary school students in the arts and humanities would no longer be required to present a credit in mathematics for tertiary admissions. She explained that the reform became necessary to widen access to higher education after years of restricted opportunities that denied many qualified candidates admission. According to her, while over 2 million candidates sit for the Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination annually, only about 700,000 gain admission, a gap the new policy seeks to address. However, the announcement sparked controversy among educationists, some of whom warned that the policy could encourage complacency among students and lower academic standards. In the latest clarification, the ministry stressed that the reform does not remove the requirement for students to register and sit for mathematics and English language in their senior school certificate examinations. The Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, said the reform aims to promote flexibility, inclusiveness and fairness in tertiary admissions, ensuring that capable students are not denied access because of deficiencies in subjects unrelated to their chosen fields of study. We move here to Anambra State. With just weeks to the Anambra governorship election, the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has rolled out key preparatory activities aimed at ensuring a credible and seamless poll. According to a statement signed by the Director of Voter Education and Publicity, Mrs. Victoria Etta Messi, the permanent voter card (PVC) collection for those who registered during the recent continuous voter registration CVR exercise in Anambra State will hold from this Wednesday, that will be 22nd, to Sunday, 26th October 2025. INEC urged all registered voters to visit the registration area where they originally registered to collect their PVC, stressing that collection is strictly in person and no proxy collection will be allowed. The Commission emphasized that only those with valid PVCs will be eligible to vote in the upcoming election. In addition, a mock accreditation exercise is scheduled for Saturday, 25th of October 2025, across selected polling units in the 3 senatorial districts of the state. The exercise will enable INEC to test the upgraded bimodal voter accreditation system (BVAS), evaluate its response time, and confirm the reliability of result uploads to the INEC Result Viewing Portal (IREV) ahead of the main election. INEC encouraged voters in the selected polling units to participate fully, noting that their involvement would assist the Commission fine-tune its operational and technological processes. The electoral body reaffirmed its commitment to transparency, efficiency, and public confidence as preparations intensify for the November 8, 2025 Anambra governorship election. Away from that report, we move to sport. Right now, we are in a landmark moment for African football. Morocco clinched the 2025 FIFA Under-20 World Cup title with a commanding 2-0 victory over Argentina in the final, held in the early hours of today, Monday, in Santiago, Chile. The North African side owed their historic win to the rising star Yasser Zabiri, who struck twice in the first half, once in the 12th minute and again in the 29th, to silence the Argentine crowd and secure the title. Despite Argentina's best efforts in the second half, they were unable to break through a disciplined Moroccan backline. According to ESPN, Captain Rayan El Mourabet led by example, anchoring a rock-solid defense, while goalkeeper Youssef Bakali delivered a standout performance, making several key saves to maintain a clean sheet. There's congratulations to Moroccans. Well, that will be all on the news. A quick reminder of our top stories. We told you that today, Monday, police officers dispersed protesters demanding the release of the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, at the Utako area of Abuja. With just 2 weeks to the Anambra governorship election, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has rolled out key preparatory activities aimed at ensuring a credible and seamless poll. And in sports, in a landmark moment for African football, Morocco clinched the 2025 FIFA Under-20 World Cup title with a commanding 2-0 victory over Argentina in the final, held in the early hours of today, that's Monday, in Santiago, Chile. Thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations to Moroccans once again. Many thanks for joining us on the news this hour on TV Sapiens. My name is Chioma Vichkwemeka. Do have the best of the day. Thanks for watching. Stay with us.